If you take home only one message from this video, please know how much your kind words, encouragement, and support of this endeavor have meant to me. The past month has been a trying time for me and our small little channel, as we have run into a wall of age restriction, something I consider nothing more than surreptitious suppression of our content. I did notice a viewer's comment, however, which made me realize that some people watching this channel may not have a full understanding of why I and other creators on YouTube feel the way we do about age restriction. So I thought it would be best if I took a moment to review what age restriction is and means, and how it affects a video, and why it is so frustrating, demoralizing, and truly harmful to creators. I'm Dr. Judd with GreenCert MD. Let's get into it. So I wanted to start off by telling those of you who are new here, welcome. This is an admittedly odd video to discover our channel with, but I'm glad you're here, and please take a moment to click like, smash that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming content. This video addresses age restriction on YouTube, and I first want to let you all know exactly what age restriction means, share with you how this has impacted me personally and the channel overall, and then discuss potential solutions to this problem and just how much the continued good comments and support of viewers such as yourself have meant to me. So first off, what does a video being age-restricted really mean? YouTube defines age-restricted content as content that doesn't violate our community guidelines, but may be incompatible with YouTube's terms of service or not appropriate for viewers under the age of 18. This policy applies to videos, video descriptions, custom thumbnails, live streams, and any other product of YouTube or feature. In attempting to provide examples of this inappropriate content, they list videos which contain adults participating in dangerous activities that minors could easily imitate, such as handling explosives. They also refer to nudity or sexually suggestive content, violent or graphic content, and vulgar language. The last category, and the one which I assume is most relevant to us, is the harmful or dangerous activities, including regulated substances and drugs category. The example given here is a video promoting a cannabis dispensary. So what happens is a video is posted to YouTube, and generally within minutes of it being published, AI flags the video and imposes age restrictions. So what happens to a video once it has been age restricted? Well, first, viewers are unable to view the video without being signed in. The thumbnail is blurred, even if said some thumbnail is not the source of the age restriction. The video is not eligible for monetization, and you lose the ability to embed the video, say, onto your personal website's homepage. And really, the death knell of the video is that the video is no longer promoted by the algorithm. This means that only subscribers with notifications turned on, or people who search specifically for that video title or topic, have any chance whatsoever of seeing it. So to many content creators, that means a video which may represent a week's worth of work, one which would normally get several 100,000 views, instead gets 5, 10, 20,000 views that are all demonetized. For my small channel, that means instead of having a video which receives a few thousand views, I'll be lucky to break 500 views. So I love the art of growing, of tending to a plant, ensuring that it is healthy, robust, and produces to the fullest extent possible. But despite that passion, I always intended this channel to be a mechanism for promotion of a business website, to help build that brand, and to serve as something which could be monetized, if not directly through YouTube itself, then through sponsorships. However, I have discovered over the past several months that I'm unable to promote said business and website because my first attempt to do so earned me removal of that video and my first strike. YouTube cannot differentiate between a piece of plant material that is legally defined in the US as hemp and therefore is federally legal, and online sales of cannabis, which, to be clear, we do not and have not ever promoted. So with that option off the table, I am left with monetization of the channel in terms of ad revenue or sponsorships. Age restrictions on a video, however, destroy both of these options, as the video is not monetized for ads, and with the significant reduction in viewership, say to 1/10 of the anticipated number of views, the value of your content to a sponsor is greatly diminished, if not eliminated. This impact is huge across many video genres, not just cannabis. Creators in the firearms industry were not only demonetized officially years ago, but now YouTube is retroactively imposing age restrictions on videos with items such as machine guns, as if YouTube videos in which Brandon Herrera fires an AK that's fully automatic somehow incites violence in today's youth more than playing Call of Duty does. Gamers live streaming content have been impacted as well, and the horror genre online as well. And ironically, I would argue that imposition of age restriction on horror and gamer content is much more reasonable in action than application of restrictions to cannabis, which we'll discuss further when we get to my actual analytics. So many people say, but if the AI flags your videos, don't they tell you what caused it to be flagged, and can't you request a review by a human? Well, to the first part, no. I've had almost every video I produce get initially age restricted, and never once has YouTube identified any specific element within that video as the offending agent. So you get no feedback as to what element of the video caused the age restriction, which is hugely frustrating. YouTube does give you the option to appeal, but here's where even more frustration arises. I don't know any creator who doesn't appeal the age restriction on their video. So doing the math, if YouTube has around 3.7 million videos uploaded every single day, totaling about 271,330 hours of content, and if they age restricted, let's say, just 5% of those videos, they'd be generating over 13,000 hours of video reviews, which, if an employee watched videos with no breaks for a solid 8-hour workday, means YouTube would need over 1,700 human reviewers to cover just the new content put out every single day. Add in employee breaks, vacations, sick leaves, and this number balloons to more like 3,000. But YouTube doesn't have a human review every appeal. Multiple videos can be found with frustrated creators talking about having uploaded an hour-long video, having it get age restricted, and when they appeal, 10 minutes later their appeal is rejected. No one could have watched the video within that time frame. It was an hour long. Another major issue with this process is the arbitrary nature, or I should say, lack of uniform enforcement. One of the greatest channels out there for growing advice is Build-A-Soil's channel. The great guys at Build-A-Soil have 160,000 subscribers, and they routinely put out great content related to growing, which is not age restricted. The problem is that our last few videos have been substantively similar in terms to previous subject matter that they have already covered, yet our videos on the same exact subjects end up age restricted. I assume this is because they are of a sufficient size and they have open lines of communication with an actual human at YouTube, and I, at least at this time, do not. So this is frustrating because it shows, and there are many other examples of this, that there's a lack of uniformity in terms of applications of the standards. I've seen tons of videos where a monetized channel had a video age restricted, they appealed, they got rejected, and then they went to their YouTube rep because they were literally had like 1 million subscribers and had their own YouTube rep, and they went and showed them videos that were not age restricted by other creators that covered the same material. And they said, oh, our bad, and they removed the age restrictions. So when we look specifically at my channel, in my analytics, I have a 0% viewership under the age of 21. So starting off, there are no viewers of my content for which, at least for the ones that the age is known, that are under 21. So right off the bat, this should mean that age restriction should be a non-issue. If my content is age restricted and the algorithm wasn't impacted beyond not recommending my content to children, I should be okay, right? But that isn't how it works. In fact, when comparing viewership trend lines from videos which were never age restricted to ones which started off age restricted and then were removed from age restriction, and then finally the ones that remain age restriction, There's a clear diminishment in our reach based even on a temporary restriction, and a huge one when you deal with the videos that remain age restricted. It is to the point that honestly, it isn't worth having made the videos. Most creators, in fact, consider age restriction as the death knell of a video, which makes it a complete loss financially speaking. But it can be even worse, as again, this viewership and video performance affect your sponsorship potentials, so even one age-restricted video can have an impact months down the road on future deals for a creator. So what can be done about this? Well, right now, I feel powerless in this process, as I have not yet monetized the channel, don't have the ability to speak or even email a human directly at YouTube, and am left in this fog of uncertainty in which content gets age restricted even before the upload is complete, is rejected in appeal within minutes, and then I am left making best guesses for editing the video, re-uploading it, trying it again, all in an attempt to get a video out without age restrictions. I firmly believe if I simply applied age restriction to all my videos, made the entire channel age restricted, we likely wouldn't have hit 1,000 subscribers yet. So it makes a huge difference to not be age restricted. So I've thought a whole bunch about this, and I think I have some solutions. First, YouTube itself needs to provide greater clarification and transparency on the criteria they utilize in setting up AI to apply age restriction to videos, and to provide some measure of feedback, such as a timestamp for the trigger for the algorithm of the AI that caused it to institute an age restriction. I've thought about it a long time, and I thought on my videos that it was my medical disclaimer that was triggering the age restrictions, and who knows, it might still be. But with the last 3 videos, I believe it's the appearance of actual harvested cannabis which triggered it, but without any feedback, I can't be sure. Second, and this is the novel part of the solution, is I propose that YouTube set up a paid portal for creators in these chronically impacted genres of content to upload our videos and have a human review the video just right off the bat to determine if age restrictions apply, and if so, provide direct communication with the creator so we can correct or modify the current video and future videos moving forward to avoid this. This could perhaps be a monthly membership plan, or more likely, a small fee per video, say $5 to $20 a video, to have it reviewed and get direct feedback on it. Because paying $20 to have a video reviewed and get definitive feedback as to what would trigger the algorithm would be priceless in my situation. By having such an initial portal for videos to go through, they then could be approved and rolled out in an unage-restricted form, allowing the algorithm to promote it as per usual. So, from my perspective, I spend a day or two writing the script, recording the video, editing the video, and uploading the video. This channel is largely a one-man job. I have a few employees from my regular business who help me out a little bit, and I love their help, and I'm really appreciative that they're here for me. But for me to devote hours of my time away from other work opportunities, or away from time with my family, or doing this instead of de-stressing with leisure activities, I need some type of return. And for the past several months of this venture, that return that has sustained me has been solely by the wonderfully supportive comments of you, the viewer. Growers who, just like me, love this plant, are passionate about it, love growing it perhaps even more than consuming it. And your support is the only reason I continue to do my best to generate content for you. To have that content age restricted even before release, having to upload different versions of it over and over again, spending hours, sometimes uploading 4 times to get a video through the censorship of age restriction, sometimes even without changes, which is how I definitely know that the review is arbitrary, because I've uploaded videos that have that never changed, and it was age restricted and rejected the first time, and then age restricted and approved the second time. Having that happen is so arbitrary and it is so demoralizing because I have no feedback to allow me to understand or correct this arbitrary enforcement of a nebulous standard. If someone were to just tell me to not say X words on this list or don't show X, Y, or Z, and then you're good, then okay, at least I know what the playing field looks like. But right now, the situation is akin to a blind man walking on a highway, never knowing if he takes a step to the left, he'll be just fine, or if he's going to get squashed seconds after making that move. This past week, I was so upset about the third video in a row, which I was unable to get age restrictions off of, no matter how many times I posted it or edited it. I basically wanted to quit. But viewers like Lars, Mark, John, Deco, Tony, Reverend Bad, and of course, user VY4SL3YE6H, gotta love that name. You guys came through, and you came through when you didn't even know how much I needed it when you dropped positive comments. So from the bottom of my heart, a sincere thank you to you guys for reminding me that we are a community of like-minded people and that together we can persevere, we can adapt, and we can overcome. YouTube uses age restriction to suppress content, not just cannabis content, and it's content which is no risk to children, and they do this for the advertising dollars. I understand this, and hopefully this long-form explanation has helped shed some light on the process from the creator side for you. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with others, and if you didn't, be sure to hit the dislike button twice. Leave a comment below with your suggestions on how to handle age restrictions and AI censorship of cannabis today, and I promise the next video will be back to our usual topics. Also, please consider supporting us on Patreon, as there is a free membership tier, though a nominal amount of money from the paid membership tier does help offset certain costs associated with the channel. There's this quote that I remember my father telling me years ago, and it goes like this: "All that is needed for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing." I see injustice in YouTube's treatment of myself and numerous other content creators across many different video genres, and I feel it is the least I can do to speak up and call it out. So I appreciate you guys spending the time with me and getting through this video. Please know how important you all are to me. And that's it for now, and until I see you again, puff puff and pass it on. Most people don't know just how much I would love to be a gun tuber. I'd love it this much. Or maybe this much. Or possibly this much. Or even this much.